Hi, this is April. Welcome to my newest series, Stitch Quest. So I have a sketchbook filled with tons of crochet ideas for new patterns, and I don't have time to create them all. So I thought this would be a great new series where I could have you, my YouTube audience, provide feedback as to what I should create or crochet next. And that way we can kind of work together. I'll create the ideas, you guys will vote on the projects, and then I'll create the final project and then work up a pattern and tutorial later down the line. So each week, I think what I'll do, and I'll try to make this a weekly series, but it really depends on how quickly I get the projects done. But each week I'll pick a theme, so it'll either be a color palette or maybe it'll be like a season or a holiday. And then I'll show you the sketches that I have revolving around that theme, and you guys will vote in the comments below which ones you think I should do. Now I have two types of sketches. I have blanket sketches and then I have other sketches. So we're gonna call, the blankets are gonna be the main projects, and those are the sketches I'm going to show you. The other sketches, I'm gonna call those side quests. And what I'll do is I'll tell you what types of sketches I have. So maybe I have beanies or tank top or a sweater or what have you. And you guys will pick the category. I'll crochet up one of the items from that sketch that I have in my book. And then when I make the finished project, I will show you what the sketch looked like. So one will be a pattern that you choose. And you'll see what my sketch is, and then I'll create it. And the other will be an object or an item that you choose, and I'll show you both the finished object and the sketch on another video. Okay, let's get started. First up, I actually ordered the yarn for this first one, and I want to show you the colors. It came from Lion Brand, but I actually ordered it from Joann, so I thought that was neat that I think they shipped it direct. Okay. So I decided for this week's series, I was going to do Lion Brand jeans yarn. So I have this kind of goldy orange color. I have this gray, the light blue, and then the dark blue jeans color. So I have these four colors, plus I did get a neutral. So I have this kind of off-white color. So these are the four colors that I'll be working with. And what was great is I think Cinnamon Stitches had done a review of the Lion Brand jeans yarn, and I thought, oh man, that totally matches up with the first set of sketches in my book. So I thought, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And so I got this yarn and we'll see what it can create. All right, let's get to the sketches. I'm going to pop up over this video the different sketches that I have for the blankets. So let's get that started. Okay, sketch number one is just, I thought this could be a nice portable project. This is a, it's kind of got granny squares in the middle, and then it has the edges would be triangular granny squares with a nice border. So that would use all four colors. The next one could be a corner to corner, similar to the purple one that I had done, just using the colors that we have here. Number three, again, I was just trying to play with different shapes that you could make a blanket out of. So this one would be, I think, a little bit more challenging to work up, but I can easily picture in my mind how we would do it. So the middle kind of has a star or a plus shape, and then I thought for the outer corners, it kind of looks like quilt blocks, right? Where it's half one color, half the other color. So that's that was kind of my idea behind that sketch. Number four is a log cabin granny, and I just played with the idea of making sure everything doesn't, each color doesn't touch. So each row is missing one color because there are 4 rectangles per row. So that one could be fun. Number 12 is another one that I think could be fun. It's kind of like a ripple, but kind of has granny centers, but it's got a really nice geometric pattern to it. Number 13, I think, would be an interesting challenge to work up. It's kind of an abstract pattern, so not something you typically see in a crochet blanket, but I think I could do it. Number 14 is just a nice geometric pattern, kind of working from the center and then going out. Number 15 is a Another geometric pattern, again, working from the center and going out. And this I would probably work up in 4 triangular panels and then join them together. And that's it for the blanket. So for the voting, what I'd like you to do is drop the number of the blanket that you'd like to see me make in the comments, and also drop which accessory item you'd like to see me create. So what I'll do is I'll draw 2 winners via a comment picker. The first person that I draw, that whatever blanket number they chose will be the blanket for the week. And then the second person that I draw, whatever accessory they chose would be the accessory for the week. So for the accessories this week, again, I'm not going to show the sketches. I'll show those when I have the finished objects done. But we have a dog bandana, a beanie, coasters, 4 different options for scarves. So if you pick scarf, put scarf 1, 2, 3, or 4. A baby sweater, 2 different options for pillows. So if you pick pillows, put pillow 1 or pillow 2. A mesh market bag, a purse, or a tote. So those are all of the options for accessories for this week's side quest. So be sure to drop in the comment which one you think I should make. Since this is the first episode for Stitch Quest, I want to get the voting started for next week so that we have a longer period of time for people to vote. I understand that by drawing tonight, that's only going to be a couple hours. That kind of doesn't give everybody enough time to see the video and vote. So I'm going to give you next week's theme and ideas so that we have a whole week for everybody to vote. So the color theme for next week is navy and pink. So my idea is that we would use navy, pink, and white. So let's go over the blanket options for the navy, pink, and white theme. Blanket number 21 is a granny square blanket. Now this has a pink center with a white outer, and then alternating pink and white blocks and blue blocks. So this would be arranged in a pretty pattern with a nice thick pink border and the white border on top of that. So it's kind of hard to see based on the sketch because I didn't want to color in all of the blocks. So I drew out what the blocks would be kind of down below so that you can see that. So that would be a really easy pattern, I think, for anybody to complete because it's just granny squares. Blanket pattern number 22 is a little bit more complex. So my idea here is that I still think I would do granny squares on this one, or a granny stitch, probably a circular granny stitch where in some places you have solid navy and solid pink, but in other places you kind of have colors overlapping. So I'm not an artist, so that's kind of what I was trying to draw here. I see it in my head, but kind of hard to put down on paper, but it would be worked in the round. Number 23 is just a simple stripe blanket, so I kind of laid out the pattern I would have for that. Now I would probably try to make the stitches more interesting so that, you know, it's not just one simple stitch, but, you know, I'd have to see as I work that up. Blanket 24 is another kind of chevron panel blanket, probably either a granny stitch, corner to corner granny stitch, or possibly a triangular granny stitch or some kind of variation there. I don't think I would do all grannies for this. I think I might alternate between rows of granny clusters and rows of regular double crochet, solid double crochet. Number 25 is actually an idea I got from Shutterstock. So sometimes I'll browse the vector images there just to look for pattern ideas. And I really liked this one. So again, that could be a corner to corner panel, or I could work it up as grannies. But honestly, for this one, for Shutterstock, I would probably make it a corner to corner. So I would do one side first, and then I would join as you go for the second side. Blanket number 46 is a true corner to corner blanket. So this is just a straight pattern you can see here. Okay, for next week's side quest, I have a few options for you. There are 2 different bucket hats. So if you choose bucket hat, choose bucket hat 1 or 2. There's 2 different beanies. Again, choose beanie 1 or 2. There's a dog sweater, 2 different dog bandanas. So again, choose bandana 1 or 2. And what I'll do when you're choosing 1, 2, or 3, or 4, I'm just going to look left to right in my sketchbook. So the first one is 1 and the one to the right of it is 2. For scarves, I have 4 different options that I've worked up. So choose scarf 1, 2, 3, or 4. I have 5 different tank top ideas that I've worked up. Now, some are full length tank tops, some are crop tops. So choose tank top 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 if you'd like to see a tank top pattern. I have 3 different toddler dress options sketched up, 2 different ponchos, and a water bottle holder. I have a rectangular pillow, a round pillow, a dog bed, 3 different skirts, a cat toy, and a shawl. So that's a lot of options for accessories. I will list the options in the description so that you can know kind of what you're choosing from. And let me know if that's too many options for you guys too. I'm happy to kind of narrow it down to 3 or 4 side quests to choose from so that you don't feel overwhelmed with the decision. But so that's what we have in store. So this week I'm going to be working on the orange, dark blue, and light blue pattern. I'm going to draw choice for that tonight so that I can get started on the blanket. And then for next week, we're going to do navy, pink, and white. And I've given you some great options. I've popped up the blankets, so be sure to comment with the blanket numbers that you think would be great and the side quest idea that you think would be the best. And again, I'll draw for the orange color theme tonight, and then I will draw for the navy, pink, and white before next week's stitch quest. And I'll be sure to post the results on the community tab once I've done that. And then we'll see how this series goes. I mean, it's a new idea, but I'm kind of excited for it. It helps you guys give me feedback on what you'd like to see. So until next time, keep calm and crochet on.